cable ties or duct tape, it can't be fixed.
So pretty. The outboard started smoking. Something electrical in there is burning.
Good morning everyone, welcome back to another episode. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. That's why we've got these bright lights in our face. And we're just arrived at the shed, we're in the truck. But we're going to go pick up the boat, the C Panda. And I think today we're going to go out exploring some of the islands off the coast here. We've got spear guns, we've got a fishing rod, and we've got a Yindi.
That's all we need.
Should be good whales out there as well to check out, and obviously we want to come back with a trap if we can. Caitlin hasn't shot a fish for a little while, so yeah, we need to get some trout or some blue bone would be nice. Anyway, we'll bring you along, and yeah, we're just going to hook the boat up now. Alright, so we're out, we just passed the pier. Caitlin's repping the Ningaloo crew today. But we just come across a couple of whales. And they're going off. We find in the morning, when it's a bit rougher, the whales are a bit more active, or I've found generally. Anyway, you can see that bird's just come in. That whale just did a breach, you can see that stirred up water there. That bird's probably trying to eat some of the skin that's sloughed off the whale. There's another couple of whales just over here. Let's go and see if we can see any skin in there. Whoa! It's coming straight at us. Any bits of whale in the water? Oh yeah, there they are. Lots of bits of whale.
So much whale.
So what have we got?
That's some whale skin. Whoa, there's a whale.
Whoa, there's a whale.
So when they breach or tail slap, bits of their skin comes off. So you often see all of the birds sitting in the water eating the whale skin. Crazy. This was on that whale a second ago.
Look how happy you are about it. So they don't know why they breach, but that could be one reason, is to knock some dead skin off. Oh, there's a whale there just going a bit of tail slapping. But to knock some dead skin off, but I think probably more communication, don't you reckon? They seem to all do it at the same time, as though they're communicating with each other. But it could also just be for fun. If you could, why wouldn't you? Anyway, yeah. That was a bit unco, mate. I think you can do better. Can't be fixed with cable ties or duct tape, it can't be fixed.
Had a little situation there, but no worries. All fixed up.
I just need to stop it from what, you know, like all the pressure going on that one.
It's a little rougher than what it was meant to be. Oh well.
The old C Panda, she's got all these little plastic bits to get, all these little plastic bits are getting a bit long in the tooth. So they're starting to fail one by one, but
one by one you replace them and then they're good to go again.
Yeah.
She's a weapon.
Mate, it's a professional job. Alright, so we've arrived at one of our remote islands, and yeah, we're just gonna put Caitlin and Yindi on there for a bit of a wander, because Yindi's not feeling the best, I think. She's been sulking down there for a little while.
She'll be snoozing.
Yeah, but beautiful beach, not a footprint on it, and there's some nice little bombies to check out. We're pretty excited to get here. It was a bit of a rougher trip than what we thought it was going to be, but now that we're here, great. I'm going to put the drone up have a look around, see if we can find some bommies to go for a spear maybe.
And I'm gonna go treasure hunting on the beach.
Okay, we're gonna put Caitlin on the beach for a bit of treasure hunting, and I might join her after I've flown the drone.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yindi's pretty stoked to see land. On the island, let's go. We're gonna see if we can find any treasures. Something so satisfying about walking on a beach with no other footprints. I love it. You can see all these ditches over here are all old turtle nests. So they're probably from last season's hatchlings. There's so many. Just found a turtle bone here. So this would have been connected to the turtle's shell. This sort of sticks up like a rib there. But sometimes when they come up onto the beach, they sadly don't make it back to the ocean. So you'll often see bones around spots where there's lots of nests. It's the circle of life. Hey, Yindi. Yindi's still quite unsure about the ocean and the water. Good girl. So beautiful. Just here on this remote island, and we just found Wilson. Good find. Yindi's gonna love that one. Beautiful conch shell. Got a little collection of treasures here. Most of them are broken shells. Really cool crayfish shell there that I'll show you after. But there's lots of swell breaking just over there, so assuming that's why all of the shells here are sort of broken, but there's a few little treasures in here. We've lost sight of the C Panda now, so I'm hoping that Craig's just gonna come and pick me up so that I can just keep strolling and treasure hunting and not walk all the way back, but we'll see. Feels so nice to be out in the middle of nowhere. Having a great time. Hey Yindi. Where is she? There. Shark here, cruising in the shallows. I can't tell what type of shark it is. I'm hoping that Craig's gonna get the drone on it so we can see. But it's just there, you can just see the dark shape. So the sun is just finally starting to poke its head out a little bit. So I'm gonna start heading back to the C Panda. And then I reckon we go for a cruise around, hopefully find somewhere to go for a dive, maybe see if we can go for a spear and catch a fish. But the visibility is so beautiful. As we were driving here, the water's so clear. So I reckon it'll be pretty epic underwater. So let's do that. Yindi's loving the sand. Excellent, my plan has worked. Craig is coming to get us with the C Panda. And then we're gonna go find somewhere to go for a swim.
Yindi, hello. Welcome back, Caitlin.
Thank you.
Found some stuff.
Found some stuff and things.
Bit of rubbish and a bit of good stuff.
Yeah. Always better to leave a beach
nicer. Oh, Wilson!
Nicer than when you found it. So we took Wilson with us.
Yindi does not look confident.
How beautiful the visibility is. So pretty.
Look at that bit of soft coral on the top. All right, Foxy, chuck it in. Just to get that sand patch down there. All right, battery's charging. Caitlin's got a new mask, she's just burning the inside. So when you buy a mask, there's like a film on the inside that's got from the manufacturer. This is a new mask we got, so we've got the GoPro attachment. But you need to burn the inside of the mask. So you don't have to do this every time, obviously. You just have to do this the first time when you've just bought your mask. All right, flick the ladder in. Mate, look at the water. Can't wait to get in there. Just got to squeeze into my closed cell foam, whatever you call it, neoprene. I'm really excited. I got the new fins today too. Oh, what a rig. What a rig.
You say so yourself.
Now, the other thing, Caitlin also
How
does.
good's the table here? Just in case you're wondering what the table looks like.
Oh, this is my favourite bit. Yeah! Feel like I've been born again. And then straight on your face. Don't take your mask on and off now. Just leave it on. And as Stacey says, you want to put your nose in the nose hole. In the nose compartment. And make sure you got a good seal on your face. I've got a mow, so that's not necessarily a good idea. Some people put Vaseline on it. I don't like it because it makes it look like you haven't blown your nose when you get out.
Well, that was a beautiful spot, but no fish to eat. So we're gonna move on and find a different spot, I reckon. We were just making our way out to a different island and the outboard started smoking. So something electrical in there is burning.
Okay, stop. I'm not a mechanic, but I think this is the starter motor here. I'm fairly sure it is. And it's shorting out against the housing there.
So
The biggest problem I have at the moment is it's so hot that I can't touch it.
luckily we have heaps of time.
Very hot.
So we might be here for a while. Luckily it's nice. See if we can fix it. The island over there. And Wilson becoming all too real.
Drop it down a bit.
Yes.
I've done a bit of fault finding. On the starter motor there's a solenoid that pushes out so that the starter engages with the engine to get it started, and then that drops out so that it's not constantly attached. But the wire that goes from the starter motor to the solenoid is arcing out somewhere inside the starter motor. So I've disconnected the starter motor and we've got this pull starter on board that we can pull start the boat with. So you just take the cowling off, just pull start it like a normal small outboard. So you just have to have the key on, yeah, and away you go. But because it's disconnected, I couldn't really do much, but I've just taped up the loose end, taped up the top, but it was so hot that it actually melted the tape. So once it's cooled down a little bit, I'll fix it up a little bit more for the trip home. But for now, we're not obviously going to go to Peak Island because that's further away from Exmouth. So we're going to go closer to town. But we are going to go for another spear because I'm not coming all the way out of here and not having a spear. So I just have to pull start the boat, and it wasn't that hard. And we can bump up the revs if we need to and put the choke on. So I think as long as we keep the engine pretty warm, don't sit for 3 hours and let it all cool down, it'll be pretty easy. And I just serviced it yesterday, so obviously didn't service the starter motor. But there you go, that's what's happened. It helps to have a good set of tools. Thanks, Dad. And pull cord.
And someone that has some clue what they're doing.
Caitlin has every idea what she's doing.
We're back on the move. The water's super clear.
Full start the outboard every time. It's gonna have rocks in its head by the end of the day.
Good time for Craig. But we're in a sanctuary zone here. So we're gonna pass through here and find somewhere that's not in a sanctuary zone to go pew pew, catch a fish.
So I'm actually curious to see if we went over to Sunday Island, which is over there, if because that whole island, all the way around the island's a sanctuary zone. I'd be interested to see if that is has more or less of those predatory fish like your trout than here, and even this sanctuary zone here, whether this is more or less trout, because these sanctuary zones have been in place in their current form since about 2004. So that's nearly 20 years that they've been 100% protected. Now, whether people abide by that because it's not hugely well policed up here, that's another thing. But technically, or by rights, there should be more fish in here, and they should be restocking those areas that people are taking fish from, because the population inside the sanctuary zone would build up, and then the sanctuary zone obviously would no longer be able to support them, and the fish would naturally move out looking for new homes. So, yeah. Anything you want to add, Caitlin?
No.
Just happy to be here. All right, so we're at another spot. I look like one of the knights from the Knights of Ni.
I don't know what that is.
It's from Monty Python. Anyway, we're at another spot, and we're going to go in.
Full seal mode.
And see if we can shoot a fish. Caitlin's got the head cam on. What's happened, Caitlin? What's happened?
I spurt.
Show me both your fins.
The other one's down there.
Do you want me to go and get it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Maybe.
Aww. Thank you. Very cold. Right, I've just come back to the boat. Craig is still out there somewhere fishing. Still no fish yet. I only saw a few that were good eating fish, but they're all just so tiny. And it's so interesting because the last time we were here was my first time being out here, and there was no other boats here and it felt really remote. But today there's so many boats around, just people everywhere, and you can tell that lots of fishing going on here. So yeah. Nice. Craig just got a nice little mangrove jack. That's exciting. It's only taken us all day. Ew.
All right, guys, so it's been an eventful day. We haven't caught a lot of fish. I think we just got one mangrove jack at the end of it. A little bit hit and miss with the trout. We went to 2 spots to start with. I saw one trout that was undersized. Caitlin reckons she missed a couple.
I missed a couple.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then the last spot had promise. I saw a big trout, but I couldn't get near it. All the trout were pretty flighty. Well, all the trout, or 3 of them, were pretty flighty, and I ended up getting a mangrove jack, and we did a bit of a drift spear. So Caitlin drove the boat, and I stayed in the water, and I didn't really want to turn the outboard off after full starting it. So we kept the outboard running. Anyway, Caitlin drifted with me, and I saw some good trout, but there are so many places to hide there. You'll probably see from Caitlin's footage that there's really like just bommies everywhere, and little bommies, big bommies, ledges.
All the coral is beautiful, like such beautiful reef, and heaps of big bommies and caves. And
lots of beautiful coral, and it's mostly soft coral here, and you get those orange and yellow Gorgonian fans under some of the bommies. It's really stunning. Just I think it's just heavily fished.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. We're going to head back to the mainland now. The sun's getting pretty low in the sky. We've probably got about 40 minutes of sunlight left. So we'll probably be arriving at Bundigi just on sunset.
Perfect.
Let's send it. Just on the way back, you look and start reflecting on the day, and you realise that your repair job is still holding. Cable ties. How do we live without them? So pretty uneventful trip back, actually really nice conditions, beautiful sunset. We've just arrived at Bundigi, and yeah, considering everything that happened.
It was a sick day, could have been so much worse.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, now Caitlin's going to back the truck down.
Yeah.
It should be fun to watch, so we'll bring you along. Foxy nailed the reversing 3 times.
Alright, we've made it back to Bundigi, the boat is out. We didn't break down on the way in, I didn't reverse the truck off the boat ramp. So
Winning.
All in all, it's a good time. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us though.
Sick day.
See you next
Thanks
time here on Ningaloo Crew.
Bye. Hell yeah. Don't want any Pringle crunching. Yuck. Yuck, the water is brown. And we had beautiful viz.
Yeah.
Great.
And then bad viz. And then good viz. And then bad viz. Caitlin's phone keeps asking her if she's had an accident.
Has something gone wrong?
Just see if you can spot the winch head.
Okay. Exactly where I left it.